Alright, today we're going to be making an instrument in Baby Audio BA-1, and I'm going to go ahead and try and, to my best of my knowledge, to help you create an instrument. So with that, here's the default sounds. So this is the initiate, so it's bare bones, nothing really going on tonality wise. So you have your glizz here, and it's a little weird thing. Like it plays the notes that you just played. I mean, here I'll show you an example. I'll play 3 notes continually, and it'll like play it afterwards. So I'll put it all the way up to the top here. So here you go. Okay, maybe it's not gonna do it this time. There it goes. It was just bugged. You see? I'll just play 3 going down. 1, 2, 3, so. And you see that? It just plays like notes going downward or upward. You see? It's very weird. I tend not to use this one, but I'm sure there's a way to use it properly. So I'll just turn that off for now. Okay, right here you have your pitch. So it'll go up. I'll just show you. So if you go up, it'll go higher in pitch. If you go down, it'll go lower in pitch, and I'll show you that. There you go. So that's that, and there's one on the opposite side for the oscillator 2, which we'll get into with the X fade. You have your octaves, so you can play lower notes. So I'll play a note here. This is the standard middle of the board. Then I'll go up 1. Same note, it's just higher octave now. And then you go down lower and lower. We'll just leave that there for now. And then you have your actual waves, your waveforms. So this is a sawtooth wave. There you go, you have it right there. This little guy right here. You can see him or not. Up 1 is your triangle wave. It'll be kind of mute, but it does have a sound. I'll show you. There you go. And then underneath that is your square wave. And then you have your pulse wave. And then down here, it's hard for me to read, but it's also a pulse wave, and it's connected to speed. There you go, you have that. Does that now move now? Okay. So you have to be connected to this one for it to move. So there's your pulse wave. Let's put it up. Very cool. Okay, so now the oscillators on the opposite side are the same. You have your triangles, your sawtooth, your square wave, your pulse waves, and actually you have your white noise down here, and I'll show you in a second. But you have your octaves, and you have your pitch. And then you have your mode, which is your fine and your octave. So we're not going to mess around with that. I don't really mess around with that when I'm making an instrument for this, but it could be useful to you. I don't know. So we're going to go to oscillator 2, and that's what the X fade's about. So the X fade will fade in an instrument on either side. So if you put a dead middle, it'll play both instruments. So, well, first I'll go to oscillator 2 completely, and I'll put it on a square wave. That's what it sounds like. And then oscillator 1 is on the, it's on the pulse wave, but we'll go ahead and put it on the triangle wave. So if I put this in the middle, it should play both, right? And it will. So here's this. Very cool, right? So we'll leave that like that. Actually, we'll go to, we'll leave it like that for now, and then we'll mess with it later. So you have your FM, and this is a weird one. I'm not sure what FM stands for, but I'll just show you an example of what it does. Dead center, this is what it sounds like. Actually, let's go to oscillator 2 again, the square wave. And then we'll go up on this. Then down. So it like adds a frequency to it or something. And we'll go back to the middle. And up to the top. So you have that, which is cool. And then you have your filters. So you have your cutoff. And then you have your res and your envelope and your key, which I don't really mess around with. But let's do this. It's basically your filter, so you make some pretty cool sounds with this. Your ambience. We'll put these down back where they were. Okay, then you have your envelope here, which is your attack, your decay, your sustain, your release. So your attack, if you don't know what it is, it's the fade in of your note. So see if I put it all the way up to the top, it takes like a second to play the notes, or it like fades in. Okay, and then your release is basically your fade out. So it's fading out. And if you put that all the way up, it on certain synthesizers, it'll just go forever. So don't do that. I mean, if you want to, but then you have the K. And you have your sustain. Okay, and then we're moving on. So you have your LFO, which is pretty cool. So you have this. You have your speed, right? So that's not going to do anything unless I put the amount up. So let's do that. Let's put the amount up. You see how it's kind of like a pulse? I'll put it up higher. And that's that. We'll mess with the octave one. Let's see what it does. Well, I'm not sure what the octave 1 does, but there you go. If I can read that correctly. Oscillator 1, does it say? I can't. My tablet's so far away. We don't mess with that. We'll just mess with the filter. If you know what that says, like I'm older, so I believe that says oscillator 1 or octave 1. I'm not sure, but it messes with this and it'll mess with that. So actually, let's get a good look. Okay, I think that is oscillator 1. So we'll go to oscillator 1. So let's go up on here. Yeah, okay, so that messes with oscillator 1. Then you put it up. Which is pretty cool. And that'll do that for the LFO. So let's go back to oscillator 2. See, I'm glad I went over that. I mean, this is a tutorial, right? Like, you guys have to know what you're doing. So we have our side chain here, and we have pre and post. And we have your routing and your amount. So I'm not sure if this is going to do anything, but let's see. Okay, so it's like a pulse. So let's go to post. Pre. So it seems like it's it's just the way the pulse sounds. It's just the way it is. You know, that's just how it goes. Sidechain, very useful if you're working towards something like that. I'll show you some stuff I created a little bit ago, a couple days ago. Here's your tone. For your ambience. So yeah, it's good for ambience and stuff like that. It's pretty nice. You have your drive, which is cool. This is a cool one. You might wonder, like, why isn't it doing anything? Well, I think if you mix it with your LFO here, we'll go to oscillator 1, and we'll make it a triangle wave, or a sawtooth wave, sorry. And we'll bring this up. Get a nice sound out of it. Let's do this. You got your lavender town right there, right? But yeah, it comes out with cool sounds. Drive kind of ups the volume a bit, gives it more oomph. You have your delay. So delay will be like a delay pedal or anything like that. If you're familiar with it, it'll be like a little bit of an echo if you put it too high. So there you go. You have your length, and then you have your amount. We'll lower the amount. Keep going. All the way up. Lower this. Very cool, right? Let's do this. So this is syncing. Syncing is like, it'll be like with kind of in tandem with your notes, I guess. So if you want that off, you got more of a different approach. Let's see if I move this around. Yeah, it's pretty similar. I guess either or can work for you. Okay. So here's the difference. Okay, you have sync, which plays all your notes, echo each and individual note, where when you have that off, it'll just play the note after. See, it'll play the notes you just played after an echo. So we'll have it on, and then we'll do this. Well, you see how the notes are playing even if I'm playing my notes then, so that's cool. We'll turn it off for now. We'll turn this off and that off. So here's your reverb, which is like, it's not I wouldn't say it's an echo. It's kind of like a draw out in sound. So we'll put the amount up and then we'll put the length up. So you have something like that, and it sounds cool, right? You can make some cool choir sounds. You know, just nice little choir sounds. Then you have your chorus, which will add more umph to it. So it's kind of like a reverb. So we'll throw this up here. Then we'll throw this up here, why not? And then let's do it with the chorus. So we'll lower the reverb a bit. Oh no, we want the length, but we want the amount down. Pretty cool chorus with reverb. It sounds nice, very cool. And okay, I'm just checking where we're at here. Then you have your battery, and this is pretty cool. So I'll play a note and then I'll lower it, and then you tell me. Oh, yeah, hold on. So it's like the idea of a failing battery. Very cool if you want that kind of... if you want that kind of like I'm out of juice sound. So then you have your output, which I believe is just your volume. So there's that. And then you have your mixing here, like it'll randomly generate a setting, but I'm not going to mess with that. We're going to make an instrument from scratch here, and I didn't make one prior to draw from, so I have no drawing board here. I'm just going in blank, and hopefully I don't mess up this this stream. So we'll go down an octave. We'll make it kind of bassy, and then we'll have a triangle wave, okay, oscillator in the middle. So we're playing both oscillators. Then we'll have we'll have a we'll have a triangle wave, and then we'll have that. Yeah, it'll be there, and then we'll leave our FM alone. We'll leave this stuff alone. And we'll have a little bit of attack, and we'll have we'll have a little bit of a release, and then we'll leave the other two alone, the sustain and the decay. We'll have our LFO up, and we'll have the amount about there. I don't know how this is going to sound, but bear with me, guys. We're going to have our side chain. Our side chain can remain. Our tones can remain. Our drive up to the max. Yeah, maybe not up to the max. Maybe about there. We'll have a little... will we have a delay? I don't know. And we'll have sync on. And we'll have about a delay about there. And let's see what happens with that. We'll have a little bit of reverb. So about middle, and length a little long, and we'll have the chorus on, and then we'll lower the battery to mid. So let's see what this sounds like. instrument isn't completely bad. I'll go ahead and save this, but I thought that sounded pretty good. So there you go. Anyways, I'll save that. What should I name it, guys? Let's see. I'm not live, by the way. I'm just just talking to nobody. All right, here we go. I think I'll call it. Let's see. Wow, I don't know what to call it. I guess I'll call it a well chamber. That's what I'll call it, well chamber. So how you save it, you go up here in the corner where this little arrow is, and then it'll tell you to say something. And I gotta load my keyboard real quick, so I have a Bluetooth keyboard. Yeah. Anyways, here we go. Well, what was I gonna name it again? Well chamber. That's right. Okay, so that's created. Well chamber. Here we are. Well chamber. It's done. There we go. And I'll show you some of the other stuff I've created on this. So we'll go to user, and we will do Analog Ghost. This is a favorite. I've used it in one of my songs on my YouTube channel. Check it out. You know, when you get the chance, the song's called Heroes Ghost, but check this out. It's a pretty cool sound. Here we go. Let's click that away. Anyhow, I'll show you one more and then I'll call it. We'll go with Dark Tape. I know, not a very good name. I was not thinking straight that day, I guess. But here it is. Very cool instrument. Anyways, we'll go back to well chamber here, and I'll play a little bit. that's enough. You guys got a glimpse into baby audio and how to write a little basic instrument and have fun with it. I know I'm not the smartest guy. I don't know what everything means. I haven't read the textbook definition, but I created something pretty cool today, and I'm sure you guys can enjoy copying that or whatever. Have fun with it. Create whatever you want, and just ignore the haters and just keep playing music. And yeah, that's about it. I think I'll call it here. I hope this tutorial helps you in any way. Have some fun. And this applies usually mostly to most digital synthesizers, even physical synthesizers. Everything is pretty close to similar or the exact same. So I hope this tutorial helps with Baby Audio BA-1. So have some fun with it, and later.